Hey, good morning. Today's read is out of 1Chronicles, and it's chapter 12, 13, and 14. But chapter 13 is just one of my all-time favorites, and probably because I've studied it quite a bit and looked at it a lot. There's a lot of questions in here. David's moving the ark back, or not back, to Jerusalem, where it will finally be back to the place where it was when they were in the desert, and that meaning in the temple, the focus of worship, the centerpiece of the nation of Israel. I mean, it's finally going to be back to where it should have been this whole time. It's been gone for years and years and decades. So David's bringing it back, and Uzziah reaches out his hand to steady it as it's being transported, and he gets killed. And David gets really upset, and he's like, how can I ever bring this Ark of the Covenant back to Jerusalem, to the temple? And he goes home, and the Ark stays there for 3 months. But during this 3 months, and this is speculative, but David goes back home, and I'm sure he really, this bugged him, this bothered him, that he had done this wrong, and God had struck Uzziah and killed him, because David was ultimately responsible for this. It was David's plan to move the ark. I'm sure David gave the assignments to move the ark. He was the leader in charge of all this. So how could this have happened on his watch? I think during this 3-month period, he went back and he inquired of God. I think he inquired of the Levites, and I think he inquired of the law. He went back and read and found out what the regulations were for carrying the ark, because when he comes back 3 months later, he does it right. They don't put it on an ark to be pulled by oxen. He puts it on the poles, and men carry it like they're supposed to. No one reaches out and touches it. And not only that, he uses the Levites to carry it, but not just the Levites, the Korathite Levites. There was a specific clan that had to carry the Ark of the Covenant. But David didn't know any of this at the beginning, because he didn't do his due diligence in studying it and knowing what to plan for as the leader. But now we see him go back and do it the right way. And it's just a good lesson for us on why we need to know the Old Testament rules and regulations. Not that we're going to die for reaching out and touching the ark, but we might. Have a blessed day.